Instead of you want to talk about Greenland? Yeah, I guess. I swear I mentioned it on Lemonade, so everybody doesn't watch this. I think what Donald Trump is doing and saying around Greenland is the single dumbest thing of all of the actions he has taken. I think if we were to legitimately use military force on Greenland, I think it is actually the dumbest action in terms of like, what is the long-term impact on America? And it's crazy that it's so close to possibly happening, and that even today they're saying they have the right to do it, they will do it. It is baffling to me. There's things I dislike morally, of course, but like, dude, I think there's a lot of things that are really stupid, but I actually think this is the dumbest one. Like, as in, it seems to just completely ignore what the immediate effects would be, then the second order effects, then the third order effects. And it's all to get essentially nothing, because I don't know if you're aware, but every rationale that he's given, he's like, we need it for national security purposes, or there's minerals there that we need, rare earth minerals. All of these things, Denmark has said. By the way, I'm kind of a pro-Greenland independence guy. A lot of Denmark people are like, the nerve of this. We should be the father state of Greenland forever and ever and ever. It's like, okay. And then but they need us. They have to have, like, they love, it's like, I'm sure they would be economically hurt by Denmark not providing funding, but it's also like you've set the system up. But here's the thing. Denmark owns it right now. And Denmark has said they will allow military bases to be in Greenland. There already are some US military bases in Greenland. They could expand them. And they said, of course, you can set up companies and mine shit. So it like actually is only because Trump wants it on the map. And I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating or I'm not saying it right. We pulled up the actual interview he did where he says this exact thing. If you really want to get, I mean, what he's thinking on everything, they did a non-audio. This is like I think there's some audio, but it's a transcribed written interview with Donald Trump, New York Times. They published the whole thing, a 2-hour interview. And it's just like pages and pages of him talking about every major issue. And when you get to the Greenland part, so the agreement we have with Denmark says that United States can reopen the bases there anytime we want. We can send as many troops we want because we're in a military alliance with Denmark. If this was back in like 4 years ago, they wouldn't even think twice about it. We can put as many troops there as we want. That's right. You haven't done it because I want to do it properly. And properly means to own it. Really, to me, it's about ownership. Ownership is very important. Why is ownership important here? Because that's what I feel is psychologically needed for success. I think ownership gives you a thing you can't do, whether you're talking about a lease or a treaty. Ownership gives you things and elements you can't get from signing a document that you can't have a base. Psychologically important to you or to the United States? Important for me. Now, maybe another president would feel differently, but so far I've been right about everything. That is crazy! I was trying to make this point on LS, maybe Patreon, but I don't think I fully got it out, so I'm gonna try and do it here. The US has 3 truly major superpowers that make it a formidable country on the global stage, possibly the global hegemon. Number 1, geography. The US has the best geography of any country. Pound for pound, best geography. Incredible river system, incredible 2 natural oceans that defend it, no countries nearby or military threats, yada, 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 tons of resources, blah, 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 blah. Many, many advantages, geography. It's the incredible blessing of every time they kept going west, there was more land, and it turned out to be incredible. We got a couple incredible deals for buying Louisiana Purchase and Alaska. It all worked out well for geography, okay? Number 2, systems of alliances. It's gigantic web of financial and political and geopolitical alliances that is created in the wake of World War II. We basically set up every system on Earth, put ourselves in a key controlling position in it, and have these deep ties. Things like NATO are an incredible superpower. The United States has great influence in NATO and allows them to have a lot of control and influence and soft power over other countries in NATO, okay? This is like really, really important. The UN, these things were built, set up with the US as the lead post-World War II. So this is number 2. This is completely just wiped out by so many of Trump's actions, but especially this Greenland action. It is such a stupid and short-sighted play. And then as a nice side bonus, number 3 is the US dollar. This is the 3rd superpower. This is an incredible asset. The world global reserve currency. And what he's doing with Jerome Powell and what he's doing with tariffs and what he's doing with alliances and trade is also undermining this. So we're left with just the nice fucking oceans and rivers. There's a lot of things. Of course, I can talk about fucking ice and a million other things that I am angry at Trump about. But like on a fundamental, like long term, like these are problems that could persist through my life and my kids' life. And these things that could make the country I'm in poorer and weaker. These are the problems. And man, it's so short-sighted and so stupid. I saw a guy saying, I was listening to this Geopolitics podcast, and there was a guy who was like not anti-Trump, but he was being honest about this term. He's like, talked about Trump's first term is mostly like nothing major happened, like whatever. Like he's talking about Trump's second term. He's like, this second term is the single greatest diminishing of global power, like self-diminishing of global power that he has seen since the end of the Soviet Union. Like, it just feels like it's just shooting yourself in the foot like 10 fucking times. It's so dumb. And this is what I honestly believe. And I think Greenland is like just the huge cap on that. They had a meeting today. You saw I don't know if you saw this. The two people that were doing the negotiating from the Greenland side, they walked out of that meeting and they looked like they were shell shocked and they had a smoke. Is there the video? Dude, this is them after the meeting. It just looked fucking like, what the fuck was that meeting? Do you think that Greenland is fucked because they have so few people? Will you give it up? Dude, it's not about whether or not, listen, what I'm saying is anything you wanted to do in Greenland from the American side, if you want to put troops there to stop Russia and China, or you want to go mine there, or whatever you want to do, you can do it. You could already do it as an ally. There already is a US military base in Greenland. If you were to cross the line of trying to take it from one of your allies by force and put your flag on it and make it part of your map, that is where you are burning bridges that have been deep, important structural ties. You are alienating a continent that has been like incredibly deep trade and financial and social and political networks for decades. That is the foolishness of it. It's not about whether or not you can militarily take it. Is the US just done for? Are we gonna run in 50 years? No, it's not. It's just not done for. That's like China will collapse in 30 days. Here's what everybody who talks geopolitics is not aware of. If you flash forward, let's not say 50. 50 is a long time. Who knows whether. Let's flash forward 30 years. China's here. It's a rich country. America's here. It's a rich country. Almost all the rich countries in 30 years are still here and still rich countries. What you're saying is whether or not the quality of life for their citizens has gone up or down. That's the main thing. Assuming fucking no World War III, which could be crazy. Let's not roll that out. By the way, it's not just quality of life. It's relative quality of life to the rest of the world. Is your life expectancy going higher? People's standards of living going up compared to the rest of the world or down? And it feels like it's headed in the wrong direction. Oh, speaking of Jerome Powell, I mean, anything else I want to say about Greenland? I just think it's a bad idea, man. I think I don't want to be harping on it endlessly. We'll talk about it more if action happens. There's a chance. I mean, thankfully, Trump in general, when he floats up one of these dumb ideas, if like the market goes down or he gets a lot of forceful pushback, he usually does back off. He's taco. But I think it's when he doesn't get it, when he feels like, oh, there's a fucking lane. I didn't get enough pushback, and then he just doubles down. So we'll see what happens with Greenland. A lot of people, even people that are normally like, again, Keir Starmer's been pretty bent over backwards. Keir Starmer of the UK has been bent over backwards for Trump. Even he stood up and said something about Greenland. France said something about Greenland. All the European countries said something about it. Pretty forceful. So we'll see. But on Jerome Powell's front, he's backing down like crazy. The response, listen, I think I want to say we should take full credit in the Big A community. We said we had the video, defend Jerome Powell at all costs. You guys all spammed, we are Jerome Powell. He's backing off like crazy. I mean, they're throwing Jeanine Pirro under the bus. Trump is pretending like he never knew that this was going on at all. They're really backing down because literally the response was, by the way, I do want to say this. I don't think I said this enough in my video about it. I literally can't overstate how incredibly good this video is. I really, the more I think about it, the more I'm so impressed that he delivered it pitch perfect, under 2 minutes, clear, didn't make it politicized, didn't give an opening for someone to make it like, it actually was a true masterclass. Like, it's very hard to watch this video and not see that he's saying absolute truth. He's like, hey, I am being persecuted because the president would like to get interest rates down. Simple, clean. Like it actually was an incredible video. And it's impressive because it was like a very swift counterpunch that knocked the wind out of the whole idea. The second he uploaded this, like this gave cloud coverage for even Republicans to break ranks and be like, I'm standing with Jerome Powell. We need to figure that. Like, it was perfect. It was a very, and if this was like longer or rambly or he made it like too much about Trump or even said like, Trump is doing this crazy stuff for the country. Like, he just was so clear about the facts. There was no angle to like really pick it apart. So I was just very impressed with it. And so, yeah, every central banker from all our major trading partners all stood up for him. Like, it was was pretty wild.